Assalamu alaikum. Hey guys, welcome back to Quranic Connection TV. In today's episode, I want to focus on the question, why is it difficult to learn Arabic? Why is it so difficult to understand the Quran in the Arabic language? This is a question that resonates with a lot of people. In fact, most people who have never tried before assume that it is a difficult language to learn. And in fact, many people who've actually tried to learn the Arabic language will also tell you that it's very difficult. So we're gonna answer exactly why and how you can actually make the whole process easy. So the number one reason that I've seen for why people find it difficult to learn. In fact, I say there's a number one reason, but there's a few different reasons, right? Now, the first reason for why people find the Arabic language difficult is because of the way that they learn, right? Now, if you learn any science or any subject, but you learn the most difficult thing first, then you're always going to find it a struggle to actually succeed in that science. That means that if you're trying to learn maths and you go to calculus and the most advanced math there is and try to learn that first, before you've learnt the most basic form of addition and subtraction and multiplication, like if you try and do that and you go to the most difficult stuff first, it is highly likely that you will find it exceptionally difficult and you will give up, right? Now, just the same as that, if you go to any subject and try and learn the most complex stuff first, you're going to find it difficult. One of the reasons for this, and the problem that we have with the Arabic language, is that the teachers are telling you to study grammar. Now, I'm not saying grammar is not important. Grammar is very important. But let me ask you a simple question. When you learn the language that we're speaking right now, when you learnt this right at the beginning, did you learn the rules first, or did you learn to understand first? Now, if like me, the English language is probably a first language for you, right? A first or a second language. When we learnt it as children, when we learnt our very first language, what happened? Our parents spoke to us. Our parents spoke to us as we're infants or as we're babies, and they kept on speaking to us even though we couldn't respond. And we learnt to understand first. We understood what we heard before we even spoke, right? So when you approach the Arabic language, and this is one of the problems, right? If you approach the Arabic language by learning the rules first, by most of the courses out there, unfortunately, they're heavily focused on grammar, and grammar is the very first thing that they focus on. So what happens there is that throw you right into the deep end. You start to learn the most complex stuff, the most difficult stuff right at the beginning. And by doing that, the majority of the people fail to learn because they find it difficult. They find it difficult, or maybe it's not that difficult, but it requires a lot more time and effort. And because they don't have that time and effort, that time, they're not able to put in the effort. And as a result, you give up, or you study for a year, maybe 2 years, and you don't get the results that you want, and you get demotivated and you give up. So that's the number one thing. So what's the solution to that? The solution to that is do not study grammar first. Now that is something that a lot of teachers will speak against, and because they've been educated on that very same system, right? And they put in the hard work and they slogged it through and they got the results they want. But I'm telling you, if you want to succeed you've got to put effort in. But if you want to succeed, putting it making it really efficient, getting quick results, then avoid learning grammar first. Stay away from grammar. If you stay away from grammar and you learn the language first, learn to understand, then you will get the results that you want. There's no doubt about it. I'm telling you, as a teacher of the Arabic language, I've taught hundreds of students, and by the grace and mercy of Allah, they are learning to understand first before they learn the rules. And by the time they learn the rules, they already understand it. And it's easy at that point because they took the steps and they slowly worked their way up to that. They didn't jump in at the top and work backwards. They worked up, going a step at a time. And that requires for you to have a system that is focused on that. Now, let's get to the next thing. What is the second reason why people find it difficult to learn the Arabic language? The second reason, without any shadow of doubt, is that we don't commit to a schedule. If you don't commit to a schedule, or you don't commit to actually allocating some time on a regular basis to learn the language, you will not get the results. That's the bottom line. What we say that we want, we have to follow that up with action. So that means that you have to commit to actually following the system, and do not mix with lots of different things that you've picked up here and there. Like, follow a system and complete it. Now, if you follow a system which is grammar focused, we go back to the first point, you're going to get to the end of it and feel like you haven't progressed, you're not understanding. So you have to find a system that will actually give you the understanding right from the beginning. So if you commit to following through, so meaning, like, give yourself a small amount of time, make it small in the beginning, give yourself a small amount of time and regularly commit to doing that. Small but regular, you will get huge results, right? It's a compound growth. Like, if you check out the habit video, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. We want compound growth. We want it to grow, but you have to commit to a small amount on a regular basis. If you do that, it's almost like an immersion experience that you'll get, and inshallah ta'ala, you will get the results that you want. But let's be honest, like, if you've studied before, like, and you haven't got the results, like, you probably had one of these two problems, right? Like, either you were studying grammar, right? In which case you're studying the rules, but you have no meat to add to that, right? It's like the rules are like, it's like the skeleton, right? And the meat is the vocabulary and all the rest of it. Now, you probably studied grammar, right? And if you didn't study grammar, then like, your system didn't take you to an understanding first. Like, the system must show you an understanding, like, take you to a level of understanding which will motivate you. You get that intrinsic internal motivation because you see your own progress, right? Or the second area that you're falling short is that you're not actually committing to doing the regular work. Like, if you're committing to doing the regular work and you're not getting the results, then the system you're following is not giving you, it's not showing you the best ways, right? But so it's either going to be one of the two. You're either following a great system, not committing, or you are committing the time and the effort, but you're not following a good system. Okay, so what is the third reason for why people find Arabic language difficult? And hands down, I can tell you from experience, it is simply because they're not putting in the effort required, right? Now, if you want to do anything, you want to learn anything, it means that you're actually going to have to exert some effort. It means that you're actually going to have to, like, follow through on a day-to-day basis. If you don't take no action, you will get no results. That is the honest truth. Like, and that applies to anything in our lives, right? Like, you're trying to do something in life, you're trying to achieve a goal that you've set yourself. Like, if you don't take steps towards that, like, will you ever see that? Obviously, it's not going to happen, right? So just same as this, like, you have to take consistent action to make it happen. So if you are interested in actually finding out about, I have a free class where I teach, it's a video class where I teach you about the 4 keys to success with your Arabic language, and within it you will learn some Arabic, within it you will learn some Quran. Like, it's one class where you go through, like, practical steps to understanding the language and the Quran. Like, check it out, QuranicConnection.tv/Arabic, and sign up there, and I'll email you that lesson, and you can check it out for yourself. Inshallah, I'm going to leave you with that. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.